I see this happen every single day in the music game. People think they can just walk into a bank, get a $50,000 business line of credit with zero cash flow, and suddenly they are the next Berry Gordy. It is a trap. Business credit is not free money. It is leverage. And if you leverage zero, you still get zero.
Man, you are speaking straight facts. 0 times 50,000 is still zero progress. People see the big flashy numbers on YouTube, the whole get rich overnight thing, and they skip the actual building part. But you gotta have the foundation first. Like, you do not build a studio on quicksand, right? You need the concrete. You need the LLC, the EIN, the separate business bank account. You cannot be mixing your personal light bill with your studio time.
Exactly. If you are running your label out of your personal checking account, the underwriters at Chase or Amex, they look at that and they see a hobby, not a business. You need that clean separation. Once you have the LLC registered and that EIN, that employer identification number set up, you do not just jump straight to the high limit credit cards. You start small. You start with net 30 vendor accounts. Companies like Quill or Uline or Granger, they give you 30 days to pay for office supplies, shipping boxes, even cleaning supplies for the studio.
Wait, net 30? So you are telling me buying cardboard boxes and like printer ink is how we start building the empire?
It sounds boring, I know. It is not glamorous. But those net 30 vendors report your payments to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business, and Equifax Business. That is how you generate a Paydex score. A score of 80 or higher tells the financial world that you pay your bills on time or even early. You do that for 3 to 6 months with routine operational expenses like your digital distribution subscriptions, your QuickBooks, your design tools, and then you have a real credit profile.
Okay. So we use the boring stuff to get the score up, and then we pivot. Once the cash flow is actually coming in from the streams, the merch, the shows, that is when we step up to the revolving business credit cards. But you got to pay those off every single month. We do not use that credit to pay for a lifestyle we have not earned yet.
Right, because if you are carrying a balance at 24% interest on a revolving card without the revenue to back it up, you are just funding a high interest liability. You only use revolving credit when you have predictable cash flow to clear that balance to zero every single billing cycle.
But here is the real monster under the bed that nobody in the hood talks about when they start getting these business cards. The personal guarantee. That is the silent partner. Tell them what that actually means, because people think the LLC protects them from everything.
The LLC protects your personal assets from business lawsuits, yes, but when you sign up for 99% of business credit cards as a new business, you are signing a PG, a personal guarantee. That means if your record label goes under and you owe 50 grand on that card, the bank does not just shrug and walk away. They are coming after your personal checking account, your car, your house. Your personal credit score gets absolutely trashed. You cannot escape the debt just because you wrote LLC on the contract.
Man, that is a heavy truth. It is skin in the game. But look, if you play it smart, that risk is how you buy your freedom. Let us do the math on this. A major label comes to you and offers a $1 million advance. Sounds beautiful, right? The whole neighborhood is celebrating. But that advance is just a loan where you only keep 15% of the royalties and you have to pay back the whole million out of your 15% share. That means your music has to generate over $6 million in revenue before you see another dime.
6.6 million to be exact at 15%. It is predatory math. Whereas if you have $50,000 in business credit and you use that to fund your own marketing, your own playlist pitching, your own vinyl pressing, you keep 100% of your master rights. If your project does even a fraction of that major label volume, you are incredibly profitable because you do not have to pay back $6 million just to clear a $1 million debt.
That is the difference between being a sharecropper and owning the land. But to make that land produce, you cannot be spending that $50,000 credit line on Amiri jeans or taking the crew to VIP at the club to look like you made it. Every single dollar of that business credit has to go directly into assets that generate revenue. Facebook ads, physical merch, touring logistics. Reinvest, reinvest, reinvest.
Exactly. It is about building a cash flowing machine. Business credit is the fuel, but if the engine is broken, adding more fuel just makes a bigger fire. We are building assets that pay us while we sleep, not liabilities that keep us awake at night.
Your music can become an income. Your ownership can become an empire. Build wisely.
Success isn't measured by your biggest hit. It's measured by what your family still owns 50 years from now.
Own everything.
Own everything.